Hey, what's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another video. Well, I think if some of you saw my picture that I posted just yesterday, today is Saturday, it would have been on Friday, but I posted a picture here that I was testing out and getting the disc and crumbler ready to go. That way we can work ground for wheat planting, hopefully sometime next week. And I had that here on the 4955. Well, sure enough, a little change of plans. My neighbor that I bought this disc and crumbler from, sure enough, along with that, he's actually had it for sale now for a while. And my dad and I are still kicking it around. But, I mean, anything could change, and nothing is definite at all. But, sure enough, he also has a tractor that my dad and I are kicking around about maybe buying. Who knows? And so he told me, well, why don't you just stop by and pick the tractor up and try it here on the disc? And so, right there it is. It's a Case 305. And if it looks kind of different, it's because it is. That is a Case 305 Gold Edition, because of the 20-year Magnum right there on the side. And they only made 100 of them. And so it's a 2008 with right at 3,700 hours on it, which is low hours. The 4955 right here is approximately 140 hours away from hitting 12,000 hours. And so, like I say, he put this tractor up for sale. And as you can see, it's in real good condition. He's owned it for, I'm trying to remember now. I think he said he bought long about 2012 or so. I think he said it was about 4 years old when he bought it. And the thing I think is kind of neat about, though, is that gold on the hood and also on the fenders. And like I say, with there only being 100 of these made, there's not many of them. Kind of like the Alice Chalmers 220 front wheel assist. They only made 100 of those. And so, I'll take and show you up inside. In fact, before I take you inside, maybe you can just, if you want to, just take and pause the video. There you can read that about the gold signature edition. So, I'll let that focus good. Alright, like I say, just pause the video and you can read that. All right, let's jump up in here. Of course, you got your hydraulics right here. You got 4 remotes right here, and right here is number 5. So it's got five hydraulic remotes total. And of course, right here's your throttle. Here's your gear selecting, and right there is your information deal lights, and then of course your gauge. It shows your tachometer, speed, what gear you're in, that kind of thing. There's fuel, engine temperature, oil pressure. And yeah, right there's the front. Like there's looking at the front end. Of course, it's got duals in the front. And being a 305, that does mean I'm a 305 horsepower. It's got the Cummins 8.9 motor in it. And as I've told you before, our Alice Chalmers 8070 has a Cummins 8.3, so this here's a little bit bigger. Of course, got the little buddy seat with you, and yeah, they're just looking out the back. Yeah, there you can see the gold on the fenders and that type of stuff. Here we are off on the right-hand side, where you're right there. That's all your climate controls, windshield wiper. That's your rotary beacon up on top. Them's right there. That's actually your cruise control buttons you can set or programs for going through the field. And yeah, like I say, with it being that gold edition, it's kind of a neat setup because, like I say, it's kind of a rarity. And it's also my understanding that in 2008, Case also made some four-wheel drive, the articulating kind. I think they only made 50 of those that were gold edition. And But yeah, like I say, my dad and I are just at this point, just kind of kicking it around about maybe buying this. And who knows, anything can change. It might work out, it might not, but I figure, well, I'll get some video of it. But it's got wheel weights here inside. It's got on the inside tires, it's got these weights in between the duals. And then also on the inside of the inside tire, it's got, I'm guessing that looks to be about like a big at least a 1,000 pound wheel weight right there. It's got one over here. It does have the big heavy duty drawbar, nice big wide thick one. It's got an auto drop hitch pin, which that makes it nice. And like I say, you got 5 remotes back here on the back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then right there, you got another weight. It does not have fluid in the tires, but with all them wheel weights, you don't need it. And tires, they're still decent on the tread depth. These are there's a 480 by 80 R50. And I think that's actually comes out to being like an 18.4 R50. And so, but if it works out, we're actually hoping to maybe combine some beans later on this afternoon. So I'm going to make that part of this video if they are dry enough. And because if you saw my last video, well, my last harvest video, we started beans this past Monday, and we did this field right here. But then Tuesday we got rain, and then Wednesday we had like some that misty stuff coming through. Thursday and Friday, the real high humidity, not drying days. Today though, we got good full sun, got a little bit of breeze blowing, that does help. Humidity is down, and so we're going to hopefully go and try it. However, I'm going to bring you along, and I'm going to take the 4955 off this disc and put the 305 on. And so, stick around. Just got the 49 put back here in the shed. In case anybody is wondering if it should work out for us to get that 305, we're not getting rid of any of our current tractors. They're definitely sticking around. In fact, what we would do is I'd put that 305 on one 33-foot disc and crumbler, and the 4955 on our other 33-foot disc and crumbler. Then we could really work ground. In fact, it's my understanding that on the 25th year Magnum edition, in fact, I've seen pictures of them, that Case made some silver editions. They had silver and placed that gold on the hood and on the fenders. But my neighbor that owns this tractor told me that on those, he said they actually made quite a few of them. And whereas with these gold ones, they only made 100. And so, yeah, like I said, I think it's kind of a neat feature on there that you don't see everywhere. And yeah, the gold and red go pretty good together. So, well, I'm going to get this thing fired up and get it backed up here and get it hooked on the disc. Also, before I forget, just want to say a great big thanks for everyone who's been watching my channel. Sure enough, I got notified, just this past week from YouTube, that my channel is actually eligible now for monetization. There's just one problem. I'm so busy now, I don't have time to set all that up. However, I would appreciate it if, for those of you who have a monetized YouTube channel, if you have any advice or that kind of stuff or suggestions on getting all that set up. I did see a little video regarding setting. You got to set up an account through what they call AdSense and that kind of thing. And so, like I said, if you have any advice, that kind of stuff, let me know. I'd appreciate it, because I've never done that before. And so, yeah, I just want to say thanks. Okay, let's get this disc hooked on. Here's this automatic hitch pin. Pull that up. If you pull that little trigger piece right there forward, you back into that, it'll knock it down. So you pull it forward, set your pin like that, and then reach right back through here with your fingers, like that. That's handy. Let's get him reset, and that way I can back up into that disc. We'll see how well it'll work. Okay, let's get him fired up here. And right here on this screen, if the glow plug comes on, it'll say wait. But we don't need to wait because we're all it's warm enough outside, so you don't need glow plugs. There we go. Okay, like I say, you got your lights, engine oil pressure right there, 3701 on the hour meter. 900 RPM. There's your speed. There's your gear selection. And for changing gears, that's what this little paddle right here is for. Park, forward, neutral, reverse. When you go to forward, it automatically defaults and starts out in 7th gear. And then reverse, it automatically starts out in 2nd, going backwards. Let's get a little bit of air on, kind of warm in here. There we go. Okay, let's get going. Not too sure how well you can see that drawbar down there. I can hardly see it myself. Okay, there we go. Let's see how well that automatic hitch pin works. That does look pretty handy though, I will admit. Oh, I may have to get out and do a little adjusting on the jack. Wait and see. Oh, no, it might pop in there. Hey, there we go. Drop right in. I like that. Okay, I'm going to get out and check out my hydraulic hoses. And like I showed you, these here are the hydraulics, and so we're going to take and push these in the float. There's float. That's number one. In fact, valve stack 2 here, sure enough, he told me, in fact, I think he said it was actually before he bought it, my neighbor, that every now and then he'll have trouble with a 2 here. And he said he kind of wonders if somebody might not have spilled a drink or something down in there and messed up that little electronic rheostat deal. And so when he used to run this same exact disc on this tractor, he said he would run it on 1, 3, the wings on 3, and the crumbler on 4. And so that's what I'm going to do. Okay, this right here is number 1. I can get there we go. However, I don't know if it's left and right, just like what the John Deere is or not. And so I'm only going to try one setup here. And I'm just going to go with the disc, raise and lower, just to see how. Oh, hey, I can use that strap to hold the thing up. There we go on that one. Okay, let's see if I got left and right hooked up correctly. Okay, let's take a look here. Up and down is going to be on number 1 here. Let's see if I got it hooked up right. Whoa! Well, I was running. That just blew a hydraulic hose. Huh. Okay, and I see it's actually reversed. Huh. Well, looks like I'm going to have to get another hydraulic hose lined up. Well, looks like I'm going to have to get my power washer out and do some washing. That blew oil on the tractor. Yep, right there it blew out. Oh, right there. Huh. Okay, well, I know now that it's actually just the opposite of what the John Deere is. Alright, like I say, I was hoping to be able to take and try that on this disc, at least give it a test run. But, well, better to take and blow a hydraulic hose here in the barnyard as opposed to being out in the field somewhere. Looks like it's that one right there. Goes back. Well, at least it's got a joint right there. I can separate out that joint. get a new hose lined up. Not too big a deal. So, anyway, well, hey, at least you got to see the tractor anyway. Like I say, we're hoping to be able to try beans later on this afternoon, and so I'm just going to make that part of this video as well. Okay, I just got done running a bunch of soap. Thankfully, we actually had quite a few bottles of that Dawn dish soap on hand for like dishwashers and that kind of stuff. And it says right on it's good for grease and oil. So I ran that through my foam cannon on my power washer, and actually it cleaned up pretty good. It cut all that oil off there. So that's got the tractor all cleaned up anyway. Well, I'll tell you what, guys, I was hoping to be able to take on a quick little ride with that disc, but since I blew that hydraulic line, I can't do anything until I get a new hose put on it. So we're just going to take a quick trip right around the bends here. I'll park this thing, then I'm going to take and get that line off that disc. Yeah, like I say, here's your gear selector right there with your thumb. Right now we are in 10th gear. Of course, that top up there, that's your engine RPM, speed, what gear you're in, and it'll pop up as you move this forward, neutral, and park selector right here back and forth. It trips a little black box right there around either whichever one you're in. And so, of course, right now we're in forward. As far as engine RPM, it don't run real high RPM. It tops out at about 2240 or so, so not too bad. Which is pretty typical for Cummins motors. They get their horsepower from torque, not RPM. Okay, I'm coming back around here behind this disc. Okay, there we be. And there's the disc. Okay, yeah, there you can see it. Yeah, like I say, you just take and you can go to neutral. There's reverse, or back up, back over, back into park, just like that. Okay, guys, I'm going to go to work getting that hose taken off, and then here after a while, we're going to go check some beans, and I'll be trying to bring you along, video different things, and show you what's happening. Alright guys, we just pulled in over here at the bean field. In fact, if you saw some of my videos from before, right there's our hay field, right where we have our little 7-acre patch of hay. And this is the field of beans right beside it. Gonna make a test run here and just see. They're kind of on the border of being able to go and not go. I'm just not sure until we actually get going here and let's find out. Just got in the R72, leaving the barnyard over here. Made a quick test round over there in that field, and the beans running right around 13.1 to 13.2. So we're gonna try it. We just left the R52 set over there, came back over, got this combine, got hooked onto the 35-foot head, and that'll give a few more minutes dry time, and we should be able to get that little field done and be good to go. So I'll bring you back in when I'm ready to put the head on the combine. Okay, pull on up. A few more feet. Keep going. A little bit more. Right there. That should work. Alright, now we'll get the head unhooked. Well, so far off and rolling. Just gotta watch on that ditch bank over there. I don't happen to hit a stick. Of course, over there though, we're pretty clear. We don't really have any sticks. It's back along that woods where I gotta watch out for. that does help, a good crosswind. But you can see that we got a clear sky, and so as soon as that wind dies down, it's going to start getting tough. The dampness will start moving in.
Yeah.
About 35 feet, I'm running 3.5, covering ground. Got a few green pods slipping through. However, if you can catch it, the dry beans will compensate for the few green ones that slip through, so it usually evens out pretty good. But this part of the field over here, you can see we got these greener ones, and so that's why we want to get all of them first, and then going south, they get a good bit drier. It works out better on the truck that way. You can hear them hitting that windshield, so they're drying out. You know, this morning we had that pretty good fog move in. Okay, yeah. Okay, guys, if you're hearing a bunch of background chatter, I've got people riding with me. Well, they just popped out. And so yeah, we've been chatting. We got two-way radio chatter, and so got a little bit of everything. But yeah, so far rolling good. So yeah, like I say, just come along for the ride. Right now I got you sitting on my tripod. I may take and throw you back up on top of my head. But yeah, as you heard right there, we were talking on the two-way, my dad and I. Our one landlord, he's actually running the R52 and doing a good job running that. And so, because depending on what my brother has going on, sometimes my brother's able to run it, sometimes he's not. And with beans, having somebody extra to run the R52 when my dad's gone with the semi and or the tandem off to the elevator makes it nice. And so yeah, that's why we showed our landlord how to run it. And he's run a combine before. In fact, he's told me he used to have a little Gleaner G way back years ago. I kind of remember it. And so it's not like he's never run a combine. In fact, I'll just take and sit you back up on my tripod here. Yeah, there we are. I was holding it, but I need two hands. So, yeah, you're sitting on the floor until it tips over. Well, hey, look at it this way. If you tip over, just hang on that we don't fall. This is kind of a triangular field because we got a drainage ditch. And so I'm doing this triangle piece here. And as you can see, we got some green ones. However, you'd be surprised. You get going down through here, the stems are green. They got green leaves. Pods dry, beans dry. And so that makes the old M11 talk. Right there you see the red truck going. My dad is heading back over to the farm. He's going to get the semi. And he'll bring the semi over. I've already told him when he gets over here at the semi, I want him to run this machine. Because for one thing, I want to get some outside video for you guys to watch. And I want to get an outside view of what that straw spreader modification is doing. And so we can watch that once he gets back over here at the semi. Okay, there's the R52 coming. Okay. You can see right there on the camera, I'm right at the edge and I can hear a handful of beans wanting to bounce over on top of the cab. And I can't make it to the end, so I'm going to just have to stop. And that right there is what you call a full hopper. Okay, I got them kind of raked back here. That gets them back out of the way. I can tell going through that green stuff, there's a lot of dry ones, but yeah, we're getting some green ones also. That's actually why we wanted to do this first. These here will go into the bottom of the hopper on the semi. So, yeah, there's a cab view. Well, instead of cab corn, I got a few cab beans, but not too bad. Driving up the road, and there it comes Dad with the semi. One thing we always do with the semis, we'll take and dump the airbags on both the trailer and the truck. And that way it lowers it down. Works better that way. There we're dumping. And yes, in case you're wondering, we like that EV generation trailer. Works great. Okay, and there we're out. Hopper's empty. Okay, there comes the R52 up the dump. I'm going to head back over here and finish off this little triangle piece. Then we'll jump back over this way, and it won't take that long to get this field finished up. Alright, finishing up on this triangle here. Then when I'm done with this, I'm going to go to the other side of the field. Dad's going to jump in the combine, I'm going to jump out, and I'm going to get some outside footage. And right there is the end of the triangle. That's the sound of power. The job that straw spreader does. Oh yeah, that big motor sounds good under load. Now I got a room to catch up with. Okay, let's check back here on the ground. So far, we've been clean, and right about through here is between the wheels under the shoe. Are getting just a little bit of head shatter, which when beans get dry, you can't help that a whole lot, but oh yeah, ground's clean, looking good. Oh, there's a bean, one more. Other than that though, doing a good job. There's the R52 run.
Them whiter colored beans seem to be taller when you got a little streak of them, and they seem
below a video of the R52. Yeah, I can. Guys, I hope you enjoyed those outside videos. I'm back in here running it. I got you on top of my head with my headset. That way now you can see a little bit better. I know I had fun running all over the field, camera in hand. Oh yeah, I can tell a big difference with that bigger pan straw spread. Well, that bigger pan that I put on the straw spreader really helped. Definitely does a much better job of helping to take and throw trash everywhere, which is what you want. Well guys, I am on the last strike. So we'll get done with this field and head on back over the shed. Well, and there's the end of it. That's got one more field done. Alright guys, well take care. Thanks a lot for watching. We'll see you next time.